Hello and welcome to Mustard TV. I'm Neil Perry and this is your news for Norwich and Norfolk. First tonight, opponents to the closure of a major Norfolk factory have called for talks to try and save some of the 200 jobs at risk. Heinz has announced it's planning to close its factory at Westwick between North Walsham and Coltishall after losing a contract overseas, and a consultation period is now underway. But unions and campaigners say the move could have a devastating impact on the area. Mark Shields has been speaking to the people, hoping to save it.
Sign the petition!
Just hours after the threat was announced, the backlash had begun. In North Walsham this morning, campaigners were already collecting names against the planned closure of the Westwick Heinz factory, which could mean the loss of 200 jobs. In a town where many have direct links to the factory or its supply chain, the proposals were a shock.
My granddaughter's partner worked there, and it's going to be really tough for them because they rent a house, so they've got their bills to pay, and they've got a young child to think about, and it's going to be devastating for them.
I do know people who work there, and obviously it'll be hard for them because there's not a lot of work around this area anyway. So,
well, they're quite concerned as to whether they're going to keep a job or whether they'll be able to find any more work. I mean, it's very scary in this day and age.
The decision was made by Heinz after it lost a contract to make potato products for the Aunt Bessie's brand. In a statement, the company said Heinz fully appreciates and regrets the impact this proposal may have on employees and the local community. It is not a reflection of the commitment of our employees or the quality of the Aunt Bessie's products they have made since 1999. It added that during a 45-day consultation, Heinz would consider suggestions made by employee representatives and will continue to explore alternatives to avoid or limit the impact of a potential closure. If the factory shuts down, it would be the third major closure in North Walsham in 16 years, after the Crane Fruhauf trailer factory in 1999 and HL Foods 3 years later. North Norfolk District Council and the trade union USDAW have already requested meetings with Heinz and said they'll offer support to the workers affected. Labour's parliamentary candidate Denise Burke, gathering support in the marketplace today, has called for an alternative to closure to be found.
It will have a huge impact. 200 jobs, one job loss in North Norfolk is a blow, but to lose 200. And what we're really looking for is Heinz to either reconsider. I am really worried that this potentially is a done deal, but we want them to either reconsider and look at alternative contracts that they can take on, or to look for a viable offer for somebody else to come into the factory and run the factory, and we keep those 200 jobs.
There's been a factory in Westwick since 1948 and operating under the Heinz name since 2000. The factory has withstood job losses before, but unless a compromise can be reached through consultation, nearly 70 years of production will come to an end next spring. Mark Shields, Mustard TV, North Walsham.